Hi everyone, welcome back to a new post today. Let's today discuss the most important topic of the day, and that's the Gaza summit with regard to the peace summit of Gaza held in Egypt. And the Minister of State for External Affairs, Kirti Nanda, had attended the summit in place of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Now, Kirti Singh attended the Gaza Peace Summit in Egypt, and with the beginning of the ceasefire being implemented and putting an end to the Israel-Hamas war, which started way back in 2023 on October 7th, when the Hamas had bombarded Israel for its actions in Gaza, and the handover of 48 hostages by the Hamas had begun, and now even Israel also had released some of the withheld Palestinians as well. So the US President Donald Trump signed the document formalizing the Gaza peace plan along with leaders from Egypt, Qatar, Turkey at the summit in Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt. And however, Israel and Hamas were not present in the signing ceremony. Trump described the document as one that is going to spell out the rules and the regulations for the peace plan to be implemented. And it was just few days back that Trump put forward a broad peace plan with regard to administration of the Gaza after the end of the war, and that was accepted both by Israel and the Hamas as well. Israel said it released more than 1,900 Palestinian prisoners as a part of the Gaza peace plan deal. Now, the Sharm el-Sheikh summit will be brought together 20 leaders from different countries, including Turkey, Pakistan, Iran, and the neighboring countries as well, along with France, Germany, to put an end to the Gaza Strip war and enhance efforts to achieve peace and stability in the Middle East region, ushering in a new era of regional peace and stability. This was said according to the Egyptian presidency. Now, the summit was held in Egypt and co-hosted by USA and aimed at solidifying Gaza ceasefire and ending the Middle East tension. So, as an aspirant of the UPSC Civil Services examination and also a person that would go into the interview as well, you should be knowing what are the political implications of this war exactly. It has destabilized and also changed the geopolitical situation in the West Asia. It has also given rise to many other implications as well. So, we need to know what are the political implications of the Gaza war. Let's look into briefly as this. It is going to help you in your mains answer writing and also the interview questions as well, because the war was put to end by this peace plan. And the war in Gaza began, I told you, in October 2023 and had wide-ranging not only political impacts but also economic and social and humanitarian impacts, most effectively. And from political point of view, it changed many of the geopolitical situation in West Asia and neighboring countries as well. It affected regional stability and international relations as well. Let's look at some of the important points. Especially, let's look at what are the impact on Israel politics. Now, the war brought challenges to Netanyahu's leadership, and it was immediately scrutinized due to intelligence failures on the attacks and Netanyahu's decision to bombard the Hamas in retaliation. Public dissatisfaction grew, and he also was called to resign after the war. His political future remains untied to the outcomes in Gaza and Lebanon. And the text is military overstretch and fatigue. The Israel Defense Forces have shown signs of exhaustion, overtension, managing simultaneous conflicts in Gaza with the Hezbollah in Lebanon and also proxies in Syria and West Bank. Military leaders expressed international institution opposition to sustained reoccupation of Gaza, prioritizing realism over ideological pressure, and also criticisms to Netanyahu's coalition government as well. There was political instability in Israel after the war, and which was already inflamed due to controversial judicial reforms that Netanyahu had brought in. Military operations demanded sustained multi-year engagement, facing challenges of bipartisan support, leading to political instability in the future. On Palestine or politics, we see the rise of Hamas and fracturing of the Palestine leadership. The war highlighted the decline of the Palestine Liberation Organization and shifted attention to the Hamas, solidifying its power. There was quest of new leadership. Now, with the Hamas weakened militarily, it is going to find an alternative to Palestinian leadership. Fatah leader currently who is in the Israeli prison as emerged as a potential candidate to lead the future Palestine unity government. And international diplomatic engagement, especially with regard to the US brokered peace efforts or the Abraham Accords with Israel and other regions, were definitely stalled and also did not actually give in the hype which US thought for Israel. There was destabilization across the Middle East. The war exacerbated the regional tensions, leading to broader crisis, especially escalating crisis of Israel's invasion of Lebanon, clashes with the Hezbollah, Iran-backed militias who are the Hezbollahs, US forces in Iraq and Syria, they were targeted. Yemenis Houthis rebels launched attacks on Israel and commercial shipping lanes like the Red Sea, further impacting external trade as well. There was a direct conflict between Israel and Iran. There were military exchanges and warlike situation had developed recently with the tensions between Israel and Iran. There was stalled normalization and shifting in dynamics, especially the war halted US broker talks between Israel and Saudi Arabia, that's called as the Abraham Accords, with future progress towards stalemated, and also with now most of the discussion now surrounding on Palestinian statehood. So other countries that signed the Abraham Accords with Israel are UAE, that have had their relations further strained as well. There was declining standing for Israel in the international order because of the military actions. Israel international reputation diminished, especially with its treatment in Gaza, the humanitarian angle, and fighting the war with hunger mostly, as especially tarnished Israel's international image. In 2025, a UN commission found that Israel's action led to genocide. We see in South Africa filing a case against Israel in the International Court of Justice as well. There was renewed international pressure for a two-state solution, so much so that it became more strongly vocal, and countries that never supported had now begun to support the two-state solution, especially in Europe as well. There was a growing number of Western countries, including UK, France, Canada, officially recognizing Palestine in September 2025. This move framed a response to the humanitarian crisis, pushing for diplomatic solution, and met with accusations from Israeli and US officials of rewarding Hamas. Growing Chinese and Russia influence, the war provided opportunities for Russia and China to increase their diplomatic maneuverability in the region, partly due to the perceived Arab disenchantment in the Western nations. China brokered unity agreement with Palestinian factions in July 2024, expanding its diplomatic role further. There was US political and diplomatic challenges. The Biden administration, who was previously there before Trump, faced pressure over its support to Israel, and also regarding the arms transfer. There was a lot regarding proliferation of arms, especially nuclear arms, and the US has called for ceasefire, criticizing Israel's conduct, but then its military aid remained largely consistent. The war's impact on Biden's re-election prospects also became very significant and a domestic issue. There was increased religious and ethnic tension. The conflict fueled global rise in anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, and anti-Palestinian racism, and also reported incidents increasing in many Western countries. There was questions regarding the allies of Israel, and also the silence of many countries with regard to the United Nations resolutions that were passed in criticizing Israel as well. Coming to India, India was definitely called to play a larger role in stopping the war, especially with regard to the humanitarian angle, and also it was recently that India took a stand at the UNGA, where it supported a resolution calling for the end of the war, and also with the two-state solution as well. India has always supported a two-state solution, but hasn't criticized Israel vocally as well on the issue. So these are some of the important political fallouts that have happened and very important from international relations, and will help you to write a very good answer as well, to even answer in the interview as well. So these are the points that I thought would be helpful. If you did find helpful, then please do like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to comment at the end of the video. I shall see you in my next post very soon, and until then, it's very happy learning.